When companies first started laying off employees in favor of AI, investors celebrated. Cut the salaries, cut the training, cut the human flaws. But what they didn't cut was the consequences.
Best that computer vision can do is 97%, meaning 3 out of 100 situations that they're confronted with, they get wrong.
They thought replacing humans with machines would make life easier. But behind every innovation, thousands of real people are being quietly replaced, laid off, and forgotten.
Robotic animation would allow the company to continue to avoid adding its U.S. workforce numbers, and they will translate to more than 600,000 people that they do not need to hire. Amazon right now remains not only the second largest employer, one of the largest seasonal employers in the United States. It's one of the easiest ways for lower income folks.
This is the dark truth the world doesn't want to admit, until it's too late. In this video, Wealth Cipher breaks down real examples from Tesla, Klarna, Duolingo, Taco Bell, Telstra, and the medical industry, revealing how automation and AI are changing everything, and not always for the better. They thought they were saving money. They thought they were buying efficiency. But what they actually bought was chaos.
One customer capturing footage of a left turn gone wrong, and others traveling in cars exceeding posted speed limits.
Big companies are learning the truth the hard way. Replacing humans with AI isn't the future they imagine. It's the mistake that's haunting them right now. When you remove the human mind from the equation, you remove the one thing machines can't replicate: judgment. Tesla learned that when their automated assembly lines broke down in 2020, costing them millions in downtime because no one knew how to fix what the bots had built wrong. Amazon learned it when their warehouse algorithms started firing workers by mistake, misreading data, confusing rest breaks for laziness. Google learned it when AI-generated content started filling their platforms with misinformation, forcing them to rehire the very editors and fact-checkers they once let go. AI was supposed to make work easier. Instead, it made unemployment a trending word. Millions of jobs gone overnight.
Take the very repetitive things that are part of the everyday job off of the human's plate so they could be more productive in other areas.
600,000 jobs, guys, that is a lot. That is a large percentage of their workforce here in the US. And here's the other thing. Once they go down this path, they are trendsetters. Not just their rivals in the space, but all sorts of companies, especially ones that work in any sort of warehousing and logistics, are going to be looking at this and learning and trying to copy.
Customer service, copywriting, design, data entry, automated into silence. The result? A new kind of job insecurity, because even the people who still have jobs now live with a whisper in the back of their heads. How long until they replace me too?
Just look at Google. Reports say the company is planning to reduce its workforce, basically fire people. And how many jobs are at stake? Around 30,000. That's a big number, 30,000 jobs. Google only has around 170,000 employees, so 17% of them could be fired.
That's not innovation. That's fear, dressed as progress. But let's stop talking theory for a second. Let's look at what's really happening inside the world's biggest companies. Let's be specific. Elon Musk once called it the machine that builds the machine. The dream of factories run by other factories. Tesla chased that dream. In 2024, the company announced the mass cuts tied to automation and restructuring. Notices revealed more than 6,700 roles eliminated across multiple US sites. And public filings and trackers show cuts amounting to more than 10% of headcount in waves. Executives discovered what engineers always warn about. When your factory becomes more machine than human, a single breakdown can cost millions in months to repair. Klarna, the Sweden-based payments giant, openly credits AI chatbots with doing the work of roughly 700 full-time agents, driving a headcount decline from about 5,000 to 3,800 in a year and lifting revenue per employee dramatically. That's about an approximately 24% reduction in workforce headcount tied to automation and attrition. Telstra's recent announced cut of approximately 550 roles, under 2% of its workforce, shows telecoms are trimming and reshaping staff while insisting the changes are about efficiency, not pure automation. The math is brutal. Even small percentage cuts across giant firms equal thousands of jobs shifted. The researchers at MIT have a clear view. AI alters demand for tasks. Some roles shrink, others grow. And the net effect is complicated. Their analysis shows AI exposure hasn't automatically erased jobs across the board. Instead, it reallocates work, often boosting high-paid, information-heavy roles while squeezing repetitive positions. In short, automation doesn't simply destroy jobs. It changes which jobs matter. And it can hollow out the ladder that taught people to climb. That's labor market restructuring, not a clean swap. Now the other side of the ledger, healthcare. In diagnostics, AI tools for diabetic retinopathy and radiology report sensitivities often above 85 to 95% in clinical studies. Deep learning models catch tumors, eye disease, and anomalies earlier, increasing screening rates and referral accuracy. In field clinics, AI has bumped exam completion and early detection rates, literally preventing blindness and saving lives. But here's the same pattern. AI excels at scale and pattern matching. Humans remain essential for judgment, treatment choices, and ethical decisions. Machines detect. Doctors decide. The lives saved are proof that augmentation, not replacement, is the real value. When a company swaps out 10 to 25% of labor with automation, short-term savings can look like profit. When error rates climb to 2 to 5% under real-world stress, those savings evaporate into refunds, rework, reputational damage, and rehiring costs. So tell me, right now, do you welcome a world where AI replaces people? Do you think these changes are worth the cost? Or are we watching a slow disaster being designed? So here's the real question. If the smartest companies in the world are already regretting going all in on AI, what makes us think we won't? When you remove humans, you remove emotion, creativity, intuition. You remove the very thing that makes a product humanly desirable. A robot can calculate patterns, but it can't feel the frustration of a customer. It can predict behavior, but it can't empathize with pain. And when you take empathy out of the economy, you don't get progress. You get a cold, mechanical world that nobody wants to live in. May increase productivity, yes. But in the past 2 years, companies that went full automation saw higher turnover, greater burnout among remaining employees, and a decline in customer satisfaction. Why? Because machines don't make humans feel seen. It's ironic. In the race to build intelligent systems, we've forgotten the system that built intelligence in the first place. People, even Elon Musk, a man who built his empire on automation, publicly admitted that Tesla made a mistake relying too heavily on robots. He said it himself. Humans are underrated. Google quietly reversed parts of its AI content moderation system after realizing it couldn't distinguish satire from hate speech. And several banks that replaced analysts with algorithms ended up rehiring humans to correct the AI's financial models. So now the world is asking, was this entire AI revolution just an expensive experiment? AI was never meant to replace humans. It was meant to work with them. When AI and human creativity combine, innovation happens faster, decisions become sharper, and solutions go deeper. AI can process data, But it takes human insight to turn that data into meaning. The most successful companies today aren't the ones who fired everyone. They're the ones who built teams where humans lead and AI assists. That's the future that actually works. Because the goal was never to make humans obsolete. It was to make humanity more efficient. We need automation, but not domination. We need algorithms, but not arrogance. The companies that survive the next decade won't be the ones who erased their workforce. They'll be the ones who understood this simple truth. You can replace a process, but you can't replace a person. Technology is a tool, but wisdom, that's still human. This is Wealth Cipher. Decoding the truth behind the wealth they never told you about.